Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. You may know that yesterday I posted a video called 4th Dimension 3.0 Xbow Cycle gameplay, featuring Tytoń, who was playing at top ladder, who reached top 50 in the entire world. Well, guess what? I woke up today and saw that this man was number 6 in the entire world with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. I genuinely do not know how he does it. He reached 3558 rating points in Ultimate Champion League. Well, I was just like, my god, he just pushed up, and I can't believe that he's doing so well in such a terrible meta, not even using Evo Bomber, using classic 3.0 Xbow Cycle. But of course, I will be there. You guys know that I had to get his gameplay out for you guys. He doesn't post any videos of his own, so you know I got you. I hit him up, I was like, we gotta get these games for a video, and he said he's happy to share. So in today's video, I'll be looking at the replays that got him to number 6 in the entire world with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. I really don't know how he did it, so let's find out, because there are some terrible matchups in the meta right now. But all that being said, he's one of the best players in the world to do it, so if you want to learn how to play 3.0, this is the man that you want to learn from. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into the matches. Alright guys, I have snuck Tytoń into my clan, and today I'm going to get to the bottom of how he was able to reach number 6 in the entire world during the end season with 3.0 Xbow Cycle. Into our first game against Sandbox, who is a number 8 best ladder finisher and number 1 best global tournament finisher. So, phenomenal player. He was pretty high up in CRL this year, I think, or last year, rather. I think like top 32-ish, and this year he wants to be another finalist. I know him relatively well. He's a chill dude, and very important to note, he's playing Giant Graveyard right now. A relatively newer variant that runs the Evo Bomber and I believe Evo Bats, and Dark Prince, not Bowler, but Little Prince in there too. This is a very bad matchup. I want to say like almost impossible, frankly. So very important that I wanted to include this in the video. I wanted to have it as the first replay, actually. So, goes for an Xbow very early on. I also get this question all the time, by the way, guys. Like, what's the best Evo to use in 3.0 Xbow Cycle? Knight, Skeles, whatever. I get this question way too often. So, I'll just say it early in the video. Archer Skeletons is the combination you want to go for. If you've been watching me for a while, you will know that that's what I've been using, and you can see that Tytoń, the best player in the entire world with 3.0 Xbow Cycle right now, is using that combination. So if anything else, you should go off of that, even if not what I say. But he actually kind of innovated this himself, because he finished top 25 in the first Double Evolution Global Tournament, or like the most recent one anyway, I think. Or one of the first ones, not most recent one of the first ones, and it was really impressive, actually. So he just went with it ever since then. Goes for a Knight, and oh my goodness, did you guys see that? He just kited the Dark Prince out of well, not kited it, but he forced it to jump the river and actually created a situation where the Xbow retargeted. Goes for Evo Skeles in front. Sandbox making a fatal mistake of trying to go LP on the Xbow, which is like, I mean, it's a good play, but all he had to do there was go arrows on the Xbow. He would have been fine. But since he goes LP, thinking it'll obviously just kill the Xbow, he does get punished because Tytoń goes for an amazing Evo Skeles that just forces Sandbox to really get screwed over by that Xbow. Great defense by Tytoń as well. And this is already looking like it's over, actually. All Tytoń has to do is defend a few Giant Graveyard pushes, which is very doable. The only reason this matchup is so impossible is because you can pretty much never get damage. They have Giant, which is an amazing Xbow counter. You basically can't stop a Giant on your Xbow. Then they have LP and Evo Bomber. They have like 3 really good Xbow counters in this deck. Even Evo Bats as well. They force out a Fireball. Very interesting. I noticed Tytoń's fireballing that Giant right there. That's kind of curious. Misplay on that Ice Spirit because the opponent does have the Cannoneer, so I think that was just muscle memory, honestly. But Evo Archer's high, really like that play log as well, and forcing out the Arrow Snowball, which now means Tytoń's already back to a new pair of Archers, and as you can see, if Sandbox does go for a Graveyard right now, he won't have any spells for Tytoń's Archers, so that's why I really like that early Evo Archers play. It was pretty clean. Probably going to see a Fireball on these Bats. Yes, we do, because Evo Bats are almost necessary to respond to with the Fireball. They are actually very tricky otherwise. Nice Evo Skeles earlier. That's the play I noticed Tytoń loves making, by the way. Evo Skeles to force out the arrows, and then they can get free reign with his Archers on defense. And just like that, the game is over. Fireball log, and it's done. That is wraps against Sandbox with that amazing trick right at the start, the Dark Prince jump. I don't think anyone could have expected that. Obviously not Sandbox, and that's how he did it for the first game. Alright guys, into the next one, and this one's going to be against Starlight. As you can see, he is a Splashyard player. He has a number 1 best ladder finish, and he is pretty much widely regarded as the best Splashyard player in the entire world. So Tytoń beating him in this matchup is something I want to see, because I honestly think this is kind of a hard counter. Obviously Tytoń won against it, and I looked at his battle log. He actually beats this matchup pretty often, but I still think it's pretty tough because ever since they started running the LP in Graveyard, it already became sort of their matchup, like maybe a 60-40 for them at least, because they have lots of Xbow counters if they just play it correctly. But also, now that they have the Bomber over the Ice Wiz is pretty useless against Xbow. Bomber is better in every way because it's cheaper and does basically the same thing, and Evo Bomber obviously just invalidates, so I really want to see how Tytoń handles this. We are probably going to see Archers stacked on this, or maybe not. Ice Spirit Knight late, and then maybe Skeletons necessary as well, because those are 2 tanks. Yup, so Skeletons 2. Great defense, actually. And Starlight is unfortunately on the bottom here. We're watching Tytoń from the top, not his perspective, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. I mean, I can kind of just like improvise and imagine from Tyton's side. Obviously, we can still see everything he's doing. Sometimes the replays are just like this. But Bomber cycled in the back, so next one will be evolved. Tytoń probably is going to log. Yep, logs. And you notice that log on the tombstone is a pretty decent play. He actually fireballs the baby dragon. That is important to note. I think Fireball Cycle is super important in this matchup, and I find it very interesting that Tyton's doing it so early on the Baby Dragon. I personally would not, but does go for the Xbow opposite because Starlight does not really have the best hand, I guess. Tytoń also goes for an aggressive Knight, and I think this will force out an Evo Bomber, and meanwhile the LP can just be responded to, as you can see, with a mere Ice Spirit, so that's really nice. Yup. And now, the Bomber, King Tower activation, hold up, is he going to get it? So he has Skeles and Archers in hand, goes for the Archers. Starlight does an amazing prediction NATO, but it's not enough. Tytoń went Archers, not Skeles, so he was able to get the activation, and that, I want to say it could be good game. I mean, it's still going to be tough to break through. There's so many counters in this deck. Evo Knight basically invalidates the full Xbow. LP invalidates Xbow. Evo Bomber, as you saw just now, kind of does. But Activated King will mean he can get a lot of good defenses at least. And I find it so interesting that I just naked fireball the tower there. Sometimes when they tombstone opposite lane, I'm not sure what to do. Like, do I log it? Do I fireball the opposite lane even though I'm not going in that lane? Tyton's pretty clear. He's just fireballing the tower straight up. So I think that's interesting to take note of. LP comes down. Evo Skeles might come down for this Evo Knight. No, just a normal Knight. And then maybe a log. No, split Evo Archers to full counter all of that. And Xbow, I love this play. I notice this is something Tytoń does a lot as well. Whenever he gets like a huge Evo Skeles connection in the other lane, he usually does go for some kind of Xbow or pressure opposite as well, because that's a nice counter push in a way. And this Knight's getting a lot of damage opposite lane actually. Great Skeles as well, keeping the Archers alive, and he can Xbow again. Meanwhile, the Knight forcing out the LP. Tytoń goes Xbow, and this might be good game actually. That's a fireball on the Knight for sure. You'll notice this is a nice play to make, because even if you don't get a lock, you are still able to get tower damage, and this is good. There, this is pretty much good game. Opponent Starlight has to go for a poison. He does just go Tombstone, and it's not enough in time. He's going to give up, actually. So that was wonderful pressure. It was all out of that play. He went Knight in front of the Evo Archers, and then the Knight, I think, counterpushed the whole way through. So Tyton's just an expert at this dual lane pressure. He does it all the time. He's won many games in single off of it, in fact. And that's how he beat the best Graveyard player in the entire world in this matchup. Alright guys, next match against Alina Gaming, a pretty decent friend of mine. I talked to him quite a bit on Twitter and in general. His name is Legend, and he is a good Hog Rider Earthquake player. As you can see, he has like a number 41, if that's what I saw correctly, ladder finish, and he's obviously talented at Hog EQ decks and general EQ decks, so he's playing Pigs EQ right now. I think this is a pretty good one to look at because this has always been a matchup that's sort of 50-50-ish, but it can really go either way. The better player usually wins, in my opinion, and I believe he has Evo Bomber in here as well, so that's going to be pretty curious. Evo Skeles, Evo Bomber. If I'm not mistaken, Queen as well is interesting because I don't know which one is worse. I want to say LP is worse because it's cheaper. Yeah, Alina Gaming here does have the Evo Bomber. I want to say Queen is worse for the Hog player or Hogs player compared to LP because it's more expensive. It does invalidate Xbow sometimes. It's pretty good at counter pushing, but it's not exactly like as good at LP, as good as LP at countering an Xbow and also just doing what it does for that elixir cost. I mean, LP's 3 elixir. It's insane. On another note, if you guys do enjoy the content, please make sure to like and subscribe. I am doing pretty well. I'm at like 34.4k subs now. We're on our way to 35k. I think I'll probably do a 35k special. But yeah, I know a lot of you guys love the Tytoń content, and again, he does not post on his own YouTube channel or anything, so I love getting this for you guys. It's like a win-win because I get to have some amazing gameplay for my channel, and also I get to share it with all of you guys who probably wouldn't be able to access this if I didn't post it. So if you do enjoy it, feel free to show some support and appreciation. Xbow opposite to the Queen, fireballs the Pigs, and Bomber will get 2 hits on the tower, but no EQ available, so this is looking really good for Tytoń naturally. Evo Skeles for the queen as well. That's going to be a nice lock, and the knight. Wait, I think this might be game winning. Honestly, I was distracted a bit. I was talking about the like and subscribe thing, so I didn't really see how exactly Tytoń got that punish situation. But beautiful play again. Good elixir counting as well. Knows that Alina Gaming is low and goes for the Ice Spirit Evo Archer's punish. Knew his exact cycle. Knew that I think a delivery wasn't available, or elixir wasn't available for the delivery. He's always card cycle counting and elixir counting, by the way. Tyton's like immaculate at that. So that's another way he got a huge punish, and I guess he just won this in single. If you guys missed it, I guess rewatch and see what happened there. But Tytoń, I think he had like a pre-Tesla coming down, and just capitalize on that situation. But still, he's gonna have to defend, but I think this is a pretty holdable position. Like, I think even I would win pretty comfortably, even against like the best pigs player from this position, because all you have to do is go high Teslas, you defend these pigs, and you just have to spell cycle. Of course, that Evo Bomber is super dumb though. Look at that. Oh my god, that was like 3 hits on the tower. That's like almost 1,000 damage, or however much that was. That actually does kind of bring him back in this game. That's how stupid that card is. Interesting fireball cycle on a lone bomber, not even evolved, just a 2 elixir bomber. Tytoń very happy to take the spell cycle. And I want you guys to notice one thing: he's never going to go for another Xbow on the right, unless it's like a amazing pressure, multiple Xbow type situation. Evo Skeles should come down for this queen. No, we see a knight instead. And Evo Skeles, maybe for that delivery? No, we don't. But Evo Bomber comes down. Oh, we do get a nice lock though in the left. And archers to activate king off the bomber, I think. Beautiful play. Evo Skeles to match the opponent's Evo Skeles, just fireball for the pigs. And really bad EQ by Alina, missing the tower, so that's going to be punished by an Xbow, I want to say. But yeah, as I said, you will not see these Xbows in the right anymore, and the reason for that is because Tytoń wants to avoid giving his opponent spell value in the same lane as his low HP tower. It's a pretty basic fundamental, but a lot of people that I've watched and coached before do kind of miss out on it, actually. Like, they keep pressuring same lane, and sometimes the opponents don't even notice that and don't punish by spelling the Xbow in the tower. But like, that's what you want to avoid. You don't want to give them that, basically. So Evo Archer split, Evo Bombers down, which will probably take out the archers, because it does hit them. Still no hits though. Great defense by Tytoń. Probably going to see another Xbow on the left, I want to say. Fireball on those pigs, and I think we could see an Xbow. No, just a pre-Tesla first. Okay, he's going to have to start fireball cycling, actually. I think he might still Xbow in the other lane, but he does need to start spell cycling, because the opponent's spell cycling himself. So yeah, naked fireball on tower. I do like to see that. Tesla's up high as well. That actually is an anti-EQ Tesla, by the way. That is a placement that works. Second Tesla in the left lane, love to see that. Cannot get EQ'd at all while hitting the right side tower. Fireball to kill the queen, knight to bridge block, and no Evo Bomber to worry about in the other lane. You could completely ignore this one in the left, and great Evo Skeles. Tytoń gets so much mileage out of those Evo Skeles. I feel like they just offer way more value than an Evo Knight could, because they just do so much for 1 elixir. It's nuts. They can even win you the game on offense. But that's it. He's back to another fireball. So great single elixir punish. You guys want to take note of how he punished that, and then just notice how he played the rest of the game. Wonderful win. Alright guys, we're about halfway through, but now we have another one against trainer Adnan, who is a super good player. As you can see, he has a number 4 global tournament finish, number 5 best ladder finish. I'm pretty sure he has some number 1s in global tourneys, and probably a better ladder finish too from the past, I don't know. But he's a very good player. He plays quite a lot as well, and he's playing Hog Rat or Earthquake. This is a very important matchup to take note of as well, because this can be pretty popular on ladder. Beautiful defense by Tytoń, kind of getting starting handed there. Tesla was literally the 8th card in his hand, but he still does defend well. Notice a very common thing, the last second log. I love to see that, because you basically log the hog back and reset the attack animation right before the hit comes through. That's the key with that timing. So important to take note of. Fireball is the queen, pretty standard. Also, Adnan does have the cannoneer, which is pretty noteworthy. A lot of people are using it because it's such a broken tower troop, and sadly it didn't get nerfed in the recent balance changes that are about to come down. Very unfortunate. But yeah, nice Ice Spirit. Log unfortunately misses the queen, but I think the Tesla will still kill it. No, it won't. So queen will go invisible, and we are going to be forced to see a knight. So now Tytoń is down so much. He is down 6, and he's about to get outcycled in terms of the Tesla as well. How he's going to survive this, actually, because this is what hog players do. They like to just spam pressure you. Actually, no, he's already back to Tesla in 1 card. My bad. He actually cycled really fast. But they like to spam pressure you and outcycle you in singles, so always something you have to be on the lookout for against these guys. Cannoneer will kind of just snipe those archers to their death. And queen, how does Tytoń handle this? I think probably Evo Skeles, and then if he goes hog, he does go for the Tesla. Yeah, Evo Skeles do come down, so log is going to respond to them, but not before the entire knight is pretty much devoured. Tytoń gets back to this knight, and he's going to Tesla for it. Yes, he will. Has to Tesla. Ice Spirit as well for the Evo Skeles. Beautiful Ice Spirit hitting all 3 Evo Skeles, and the Hog Rider going to be perfectly defended. Well in the anti-EQ placement. Adnan has to give it up. He gives it well played. I remember Tytoń beat Adnan in the global tourney because I made the video on those games, and I think he was playing Hog EQ again or something, and he gave the well played in the same thing. Like, he just knows Tyton's a really good Xbow player. I know he shows him a lot of respect with the way he plays as well. So, split Evo Archers now. Notice 0 Xbows out of Tytoń so far. At least I'm fairly certain. So that's a pretty important thing about how this is played. Especially if the opponent has a Cannoneer, you're just up damage to begin with. I think it's something that you can afford to do. Like, you don't have to be too aggressive with Xbows too early on, for sure. Stacked Archers are nice, because they don't have too many responses in this Hog EQ deck, actually. Like, EQ Log will kill Archers, but you can stack them, especially if they're in the other lane. I think knowing when and when not to stack Archers is a pretty common trend that you should be aware of in 3.0. We might see Fireball on that Knight, although we don't, yeah. But I was going to say it's possible knowing Tytoń. Probably going to see another Fireball on that Queen in the left. That's definitely just a free Fireball, right? Or not really, actually. He's going to full defend this, which I find interesting. I guess he wanted to keep his cycle relevant to the current situation, which meant Fireballing would have kind of thrown it off. He wanted to get like the Tesla down, the Knight, etc. But the Queen is still going to need a response. So, going to have to get back to something for that. That is causing some issues. Tesla does come down, perfect timing. Honestly, Tytoń does everything with very good timing, and now this is a perfect situation to Xbow, yup, because opponent just went for a Hog push and an EQ. That's your sign to go in. Tyton's going to get some pretty aggressive plays going on. Fireball's a Knight with the tower. EQ's going to be forced out on this Xbow, not before it gets a couple hundred ticks from that last HP lifetime, and that's going to be a nice 600 damage lead for a Tytoń. Really nice to see. Notice I think that was his first ever offensive Xbow, if not mistaken, in this game. So he's playing this very patiently. I think he would have played more Xbows if the opponent maybe wasn't playing Cannoneer, but because he is playing Cannoneer, he's already kind of up elixir, or up damage rather, and all you really want to do is go for that spell cycle type gameplay where you're up a little bit of damage throughout the game. Good Tesla by Adnan. He didn't do that the whole game. I guess that was the first Xbow by Tytoń, to be fair. So, what I meant to say is that like he didn't go for that defense on the Xbow before, so Tytoń wasn't really ready for it. Now he will be, and does just take the naked Fireball. Very important to note, guys. Spell Cycle, super crucial in this matchup. Something you have to take note of. EQ Cycle by Adnan as well. Tytoń go for the pre-Tesla. Evo Archers in the left, and we might see an Xbow pretty soon. Tesla comes down, probably a Knight to block. Yep, protect the Evo Archers. Second Hog should be back in cycle right now for Adnan. Pre-Tesla does come down to take care of it. Archers too. It does get logged off, but I think he'll be fine, yeah. Ice Spirit, Knight. Queen might be annoying, but it shouldn't be game ruining. Yeah, it's fine. And now the Queen is gone, so no 3-card cycle for a while. Fireball matches the Earthquake, and Fireball does more than an Earthquake, actually, so they can only out-spell cycle you if they have a Queen down and they spam the 3-card cycle, but otherwise, if you defend well, take 0 Hog hits, you can actually just come out on top winning with the spell cycle. Back to a second Tesla, or Ice Spirit comes down last second needed, and Fireball will win him the game, so very close one. But Tytoń pretty much played very precisely the whole game. Notice how surgically he defended all his pushes, and notice the patience he had with his offensive Xbows. Barely played any this game, and Adnan has to give it up. It's a good game, because Tytoń just plays that so well. It's so consistent at this matchup against one of the best players in the world, so just amazing stuff once more. Alright guys, now we have another one against Giant Graveyard. I can't believe it. Like, look at all these matchups he's beaten. He beat Hajime, a #1 ladder finisher as well, by the way. He beat Sandbox in this matchup. He beat Adnan and Alina Gaming, 2 very good EQ players. And he beat Starlight, the best Graveyard player in the entire world. Like, Tytoń is literally playing against the world's best players in the matchups that they play, and winning against all of them. So I don't think he's going to get Hajime the same way he got Sandbox with the Dark Prince trick, so let's see what he does in this one, because Giant Graveyard is pretty much a super hard counter to 3.0, and it's pretty important to know how to play against the counters, of course. One noteworthy thing is that these new Giant Graveyard players, or like these new variants, are running Dark Prince over Bowler, and that's important because the one with Bowler is legit a 100-0 matchup. Like, Bowler counters an Xbow by itself, Dark Prince does not. So even though they have the Bomber and the LP and the Giant, it's not like a 100-0, it's like a doable hard counter. And of course Tytoń is winning it, so like you can't really say otherwise, right? Knight Skeles for this push, pretty easily defended, and Hajime is playing with the Cannoneer. I don't remember if Sandbox was or not. I have a feeling he was, but let's see. So Tytoń is back to his double Evos now. I think he has Archers and Evo Skeles coming up in Cycle. So maybe he'll do something with the Evos. I know he plays single very cleanly against all these decks. Okay, Evo Archers come down. Very aggressive push by Hajime. Ice Spirit comes down for those bats. Hits none of them. Oh, that's so unlucky, actually. But, pretty well defended still. Evo Archers got a lot of value. And now he can Xbow for sure. Yup, Xbow left. Maybe Evo Skeles in the right is what he does right now. Yeah, Evo Skeles the right, maybe? Yes. Oh my god, terrible snowball by Hajime. He has nothing for the Evo Skeles, and he just lost. Hold up. Yep, he lost the Evo. Oh my god. So that's exactly what Tytoń does, guys. Did you see him do this against Starlight as well? He got him with the Knight coming down in the right lane, and then he... Oh, is he going to lose to this Evo Skele push? Like, he's not, right? No way. Evo Bats come down? Okay, that's all dead Skeles, but... That was insane. Like, again, like I was saying, you saw what he did against Starlight. He got the Knight coming down, forced out the last minute LP, went Xbow opposite, and then he caught him low on Elixir and punished him. Same thing here against Hajime. Dual lane pressure, that's what it is, guys. That's like something that Tytoń does that no other Xbow players do as well, I want to say. Like, it's a very key thing I noticed with his gameplay. It's something that I don't really do much at all, to be honest, so I'm going to try and implement it more after seeing this stuff. But look at what he's doing. Like, he's not even playing it like an Xbow deck only. Like, he's playing it with Xbow as pressure, but he's also playing it just like with good Clash Royale fundamentals, punishing with dual lane pressure, catching them low on Elixir, catching them with the bad cycle, and he's being so creative with everything he does. Like, it's so good to see. Stacked Evo Archer is going to get a lot of value. Evo Bomber's annoying, but Tesla does snipe it, activates King off the Evo Bomber, and that Giant kite it all the way backwards. That was like a perfect sequence. Now the game is 100% over, because he does not exactly have any way of breaking through. Hajime, that is, activated King Tower. Like, no way. And Tytoń actually won on the King Tower compared to his own Princess Tower. That's just an insane win, honestly. Beautiful stuff by Tytoń against, again, one of the best players in the world. Just making Giant Graveyard look like his matchup. I don't know how he does it, but he just does it every time, man. Alright, guys, and we have the final replay now against Nova Elsiop, a CRL China world finalist, and I think he was even in the normal world finals, or I'm not sure, but he definitely has been in many years in the past, and he's a very talented player. Tytoń on the top again, Nova Elsiop playing Minor Poison. Pretty annoying matchup, actually. I believe he doesn't have a big tank or a mini tank in this deck, which is like a saving grace in a way, because it does mean that Tytoń can try and abuse Xbows to get good pressure. As you can see, he's already doing it. But Evo, or not Evo Knight, LP will invalidate. Tytoń going with the Prediction Knight, though, catches the LP Guardian, being so aggressive early on, and it really pays off. Look at that. That's going to be a mini lock right there. Not even a mini lock, a big lock, actually. Beautiful log timing as well by Tytoń, maximizing, and he basically already won the game. I mean, okay, actually he didn't, because Minor Poison can literally come back. I had a match today where I was playing 2.9 Xbow at like top 5k-ish, and I was up like this much against a Minor Poison player, and he came back all the way, and I lost by like 200, but that's a bit of an anecdote. I believe Tytoń will handle it differently. Let's see what happens here, but great early pressure, and the opponent didn't really have a mini tank again for the Xbow. He doesn't have a Knight, which is like the most important thing here. Really aggressive minor LP ability. I feel like this is another Xbow, because that was really bad actually by Elsiop. Like, with all the respect to him, he's a great player, but that was a terrible play. Like, what is he doing? Because now, I don't know how he stops this actually. Low Tesla, needs the wall breakers for the Xbow, but that's going to lock onto tower, right? Or LP in time, but that'll get logged off. No time for the ability, has to go for the wall breakers, but Tytoń goes Skeles in time. Both will explode, but not before Tytoń gets another 800 damage. Beautiful punish again. That was just too aggressive by Elsiop. I don't know what that was, but Tytoń obviously calling it perfectly, getting the great punish as he usually does. He's always going to know your Elixir, this guy. He's so talented at like Elixir counting, card cycle tracking, so he's definitely going to punish if you're low on Elixir. You can be very sure of that. So Knight the back in the left, and now I'd say this is pretty much a good game. Like, there's no way Tytoń's going to lose from a position like this. Good Tesla to prevent the Fire Spirit from connecting, and even good Ice Spirit for the Miner as well. Prediction LP on the Xbow doesn't work out at all, because honestly, like, Tytoń has no reason to be so aggressive like this. He's up so much, like, there's really no reason. Good Evo Skeles by Elsiop, catching Tytoń without log and cycle. Has to force out the fireball, and one is still there. Oh my god, that could have been game losing right there. You'll notice Tytoń ate the entire Evo wall breakers in the right lane, because he wanted to save log in case that Evo Skeles situation kind of caused a bunch of BS and got in his tower. But he was fine. Fireball's the Miner, great play. It's a play that you saw him make against the other player as well with Hoggy Q, I believe, or even Starlight sometimes. Wallbreaker does not connect, and that's going to be a good game now, right? Is this not yeah, this is not winnable for LCOP anymore. That is GG. So wonderful stuff by Tytoń, guys. And that is pretty much going to be it for the video, because this is the final replay we have. I wish we had a bit more. I didn't get to catch these games live. I was asleep, I think. But still, we got an insight into Tytoń, mind of the best 3.0 Xbow Cycle player in the world right now. He is literally number 6 in the world. Like, he's the best Xbow player in the world as of this point, like, highest in the world. And doing it with 3.0, not even Evo Bomber. Look at the leaderboard, guys. Like, Tytoń, okay, moved down to number 7 now, but he was number 6 before. Like, I cannot believe this dude. He's so talented, it's ridiculous. So yeah, he's just insane. I'm so glad I got him on the channel again. I just had to. Like, I just made a video on him yesterday, but I was like, you know what? He's number 6. I'm getting these games for my subscribers. So that is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the immaculate gameplay along with my commentary. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something from the games today. I certainly did. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.